Sure. Pippa, what do you think?
Yeah, I need to come back on some of what Noel said. First of all, he thinks the world would be a safer place under a Trump presidency, but safer for whom? Safer for white supremacists, maybe, but it's certainly not going to be safer for anyone else. And that leads towards Afghanistan, where, of course, the withdrawal was awful, but it wasn't as bad as NATO going in the first place and totally wrecking the country. And the highest number of illegal immigrants coming into Britain at the moment are still from Afghanistan. We wrecked their country. We've given them no safe passage. We haven't supported those people one bit. We went in, we caused havoc, we killed hundreds of thousands. I think it's unforgivable what was done going in and unforgivable what was done going out. But unfortunately, our leaders aren't going to learn many lessons from that because they'll just continue to do the same again.
The way you're speaking, if I may say, both in terms of the Middle East, Israel and Afghanistan, you've left out two important words. You've left out Hamas and Taliban. I mean, Afghanistan, just listening to what you said, it sounds like it was an invasion. I mean, there was a Taliban there, and look what they were doing to the world. I mean, isn't there some I agree with both you and Noel that Biden pulling it out was just beyond beggar's belief. But going in, you don't think it was justified?
Of course not. I mean, did Afghanistan want to come into a United States and get rid of the KKK? Come on, it's a sovereign country.
There's no Taliban in the United States.
The Taliban are there now, stronger than they were before. We did
only because of Biden.
We did that country no good. We never intended to do it good. We just went in to throw our weight around. And I think it's a horrifying situation. My heart bleeds for countries like Afghanistan and for Libya and all other countries that are being wrecked by so-called Western democratic standards. And I want to talk about Hamas as well, because I have been to Gaza. Gaza is an open-air concentration camp.
Well, let's just. We're going to run out of time. We're going to run out of time.
I'm just going to. I have to come back on this. Okay. Those people are so oppressed. They are starved. They don't have enough water, and that's on a good day, not during this current climate. I have been there. Right. What took them so long to break out is the real question.
Right. Let's talk about China. J.D. Vance has identified that as the biggest threat to the U.S. Now, this is really quite important because this new, very assertive vice president sees China as the biggest threat we have. And how he's going to deal with their economic expansion and everything else is probably one of the biggest issues facing the United States, as big perhaps as some people thought the Taliban was at its time. Noel, very quickly, what do you think about China and how the United States would deal with it if Trump were president or if, God forbid, he had been killed?